It is official. We are Ameba Gaming. Ameba is competitive now because I apparently just went undefeated at a tournament. I won with Ameba. And I not only did I win a tournament with Ameba, I went undefeated. And not only did I go undefeated, I only lost one game the entire tournament. I was 2-0 every single other round. My only loss in the entire tournament was to Exodia. And I got FTK'd. So technically, I didn't even play that game. So every single game that I played, I won. Yeah, it's gonna be a good video. Stick around if you want to hear about it, but just be careful, because if you don't watch this video, you're probably gonna have someone drop an Ameba and send it over your way. So I mean, you're gonna wanna know how to play around that. So the tournament was at South End by the Sea, or South End on the Sea. I went with fellow RBET Rulers contestant Callum, such a nice guy, super good at Yu-Gi-Oh, and Dorian and a few other London Edison people. I'm a London Edison person now. I can't believe it. Behold my winning Ameba deck list. Can you believe these are words that are leaving my mouth? First of all, as you can tell, I unfortunately had to drop down the number of Amebas in the deck. We are now down to 1 Ameba and 1 Kinkabayu. You don't want to see Ameba or Kinkabayu in your opening hand. I know there's like 4 random fun-ofs that are level 1, but here's what you want to do. You want to set Suzuki Samurai, special summon a monster, send Sasuke Samurai over to your opponent, attack into it, and draw 7 cards. That's when you want to see the one-ofs. You don't want to see them in your opening hand, so I think it's like technically correct to run only 1 of each. It's not like you won't see them because you're drawing so many cards, but the idea is that it doesn't stop you from drawing a bunch of cards because you're bricking on them in the early game. I think I won like 3 or 4 games without resolving Sasuke Samurai, so you don't need to resolve your big combo to win. You just can win through Creature Swap, Battle Fader, Caius, Quick Draw, just normal Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. So when Amebas and Kinkabayus aren't clogging up your hand, it's much more likely that you're going to have a successful game. Another funny story from the tournament is, as you can tell, there's only 10 cards in the side deck. I recently got these new sleeves, or they're old, but they're Dragon Shield. I only had 50, so I could only have a 10 card side deck. Obviously, going forward, have a 15 card side deck. That's something as a Yu-Gi-Oh player you should do, but apparently I didn't need it at this tournament. I just won with 5 less cards in my side deck, so what can I say? We were Ameba gaming. We Ameba gamed successfully. On the way to the tournament, I was on a train traveling. I was dueling Dorian, a very nice guy, and I was testing out a very funny card called Spell Striker. Theoretically, this card is a great inclusion. You can search it off of Rhoda, so Rhoda can either search your special summon or your combo enabler. Until I realized Spell Striker's second effect completely nullifies its use in this deck because you need to take battle damage. It stops you from taking damage, so you can't draw any cards. I am so glad I figured this out on the train, or else I probably would not have won the tournament. I immediately put in the Infernal Prodigy, which you now see in the deck list, and it was not too bad. You see, I did not have Jester Confeat. I was trying to find replacements. I added in Treeborn Frog and the Spell Striker, and the Spell Striker became the Infernal Prodigy. Also, Treeborn Frog was insane. It makes your discard traps so nice. It is a level 1 that you can special summon. It works with Quick Draw, it works with Creature Swap, it works with Sasuke Samurai. It's just an insane Treeborn Frog deck. definitely an inclusion moving forward. Now let me briefly go over who I went against and my tournament run. Round 1, I am up against Machina. My opponent normal summons a monster, sets a back row, and passes their turn. I proceed to activate Heavy Storm, summon a Quick Draw from my hand, set Sasuke Samurai, creature swap it over, set the other 2 cards in my hand, and then draw 7. Just first turn of the tournament, draw 7 cards. Yeah, and then out-advantaged, won game 1. Game 2, I didn't pull off the combo. He leads with a summon of Fortress. I summon Kinkabayu, creature swap, let it go back to my hand, and then he doesn't draw any more monsters and has Pots of Avarice set, and I win game 2. Round 2, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I was up against Exodia. He had this sick but terrifying Magic Library, deep draw, you know, white stones, trade-ins, white stone trade-ins, all that sort of stuff. Game 1, I managed to win miraculously just by virtue of him bricking. Game 2, I get FTK'd. I'm talking Royal Magical Library. I don't even have a turn. My only loss in the entire tournament. But I got Exodia summoned against me for the first time in an in-person tournament, so I was having a blast. Then we managed to scrape out Game 3 using a well-timed Raigeki break on a Royal Magical Library and a Cataster that I synchro summoned using the Sasuke Samurai and Plague Spreader. Round 3, we were up against a fairy deck. It is the fairy deck that tries to draw a bunch of cards using Valhalla, and that one card, it's on the screen, you know it. This game, we just did some stuff. We won that round. And so I have found myself in the final. It is a 4-round tournament, and I have won 3 rounds in a row, and we happen to be up against Dorian. None other than the person I was testing with on the train there. We were joking that we'd see each other at the bottom table of the tournament, but we just so happened to be running into each other in the finals. His deck is quite scary because of Fossil Dyna. I mean, Battle Faders, Gore's Trag, that card eats us alive. But thankfully, Mystic Box carried us to victory. I was able to remove the Fossil Dyna during main phase 1, and then special summon, Quick Draw, swap over the Sasuke Samurai, and just draw 7 cards. I think I drew like 20 cards in the final. It was honestly a bloodbath. It was so much fun. Shout out to Dorian. Great Dark Calling player, Gigantes lover, such a nice guy. And then Ameba Gaming, we won. We just won the tournament, got 30 pounds. What can I say? Going forward, there's a few things I would change. I think I bricked on the Sasuke Samurai a lot more than I would like. Adding in the Rhoda almost felt like a bad thing. I think 3 is a good number, and I would take out Rhoda for maybe a discard trap. This deck's worst nightmare is Mirror Force, Deep Prison, Book of Moon, anything that stops your combo. You're not even that scared of Torrential Bottomless because those, you can play around it by special summoning your monster first, then setting Sasuke Samurai, and they can't Torrential a set. So it's mainly just a well-placed Mirror Force or Deep Prison can ruin your entire strategy. So having another piece of spot removal that is also very versatile and fits with the game plan of lowering the cards in your hand so you can draw more, I would definitely swap out Rhoda for Raigeki Break. Obviously, I would put in the Jester Confit, maybe replacing the Infernal Prodigy for one of those. But going forward, I think you've got to keep Treeborn in. It just felt too good. So that is going to wrap it up for today's video. We are moving that Ameba well up to competitive. Honestly, probably the most competitive deck I have ever made. Thank you, Mandy Candy, for telling me the original idea. I love the deck. I had so much fun. Every game that I won lasted like 10 turns. So interactive. Although people were slightly mad that I was stealing their monsters, like, it's just so much fun. You're doing quick draw stuff, you're having to outplay your opponent is laughing, they're having fun, you're doing silly stuff, but you're also winning, and I just won 30 real world dollars, pounds, and that's not nothing. Ameba is insane. I had so much fun, and yeah, try it out, try to make it work. Obviously, you're gonna brick, you're gonna have trouble, but you can just have fun. You can summon Ameba. I inflicted 2,000 damage like 3 times today, and thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget, we are Ameba Gaming from here on out. Just, you know, have a good rest of your day. Have a good night.